here. See, pop out the chat. Okay. Oh, wow, 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 wow. We are live. We are live and direct. So right now I'm just waiting for I'm waiting for the call from David and Jesse. So I'm finishing up some other things right now, and hopefully they call sooner than later. Let me see here. I accidentally pushed the live button a little bit a few moments ahead, but here we go. Making sure I'm expecting some phone calls today. So when those calls come in, hopefully I am ready. And my volume is kind of low, so let me see. Maybe raise up the button volume here. All right. So and then we're also gonna be on on TikTok. So let me go ahead and hit the live on TikTok. Let me see here. Uh, Let me see here. I gotta restrict it. I want to go ahead and make sure we don't get anybody that's under the age of 18, just to be on the safe side. And for anybody that's in here, I don't think anybody's in here right now, but if you are, I am I got a shipment of taffy from David and Jesse, and I'm gonna be opening that up live in the air. Hopefully my volume is not too loud. And let me see here. Okay, I'm making sure everything's good on my end over here. And we went live earlier on today, but it uh it was kind of slow, and I'm guessing maybe because everybody was out with with their loved ones, their family members, their wives, their their mothers, and things of that nature. Anyhow, um, I'm just waiting for the call right now from Jesse and David, and they should be calling sooner than later. I'm gonna be dropping some videos tomorrow. I did a tour around the strip with Javier a few days ago, and I've been slowly rolling those videos out. And I've already uploaded two videos. I'm gonna be releasing the next one tomorrow. I think at about 4 or 5, and then the last one would be released on Tuesday. And then we'll see where our adventure takes us the next time. So Javi, he's always up for any type of outings, if you will. So we've done a video out in Salt Lake at the zoo. Last week we did Las Vegas, and next month we're probably going to be doing some out in LA, and then we're going to be going internationally. So he's going to get to see some pretty cool sights out in Europe. I'm excited, and I'm sure he's excited, and I want to see his reaction, how he's going to react to seeing something that he's probably never or never imagined that he would be able to see from where he's at. All right, it's a little bit hot out there. Drinking some H2O. Gotta stay hydrated. And let me see here. All right, and let me get this taffy ready so when they do call in, I could go ahead and open it up. I have no idea what taffy looks like, but I'm about to find out in a moment. And once they do call in and I get the taffy ready, I'm gonna go ahead and open up the camera, and you guys will be able to see what I'm talking about. All right, and then I'm also gonna be unveiling some other props that I recently got in the mail that I have not had a chance to share with you guys, and I'll be opening that up live on the air. And let me see. So I know you guys are probably expecting some prison phone calls, and we are gonna do that once I receive the call. I had just been talking to them a few moments ago. I had asked them to give me a call back in about 5 minutes or so I could go ahead and finish setting up, all this stuff in the background. And I'm done now, and just waiting for the call. And here they go. They're calling in already. Let me see here. Where's the? Here we go. All right.
This call is now being
Global
recorded.
Telling, usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada
Hey
y su
Kelly,
número de
happy
teléfono
Sunday,
será
fun
controlada y
day. Oh
grabada.
man, I gotta
You
go
have
back
a
to
prepaid
work,
call.
man.
You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5.
Cinco.
Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello, hello.
Hey, what's up, James?
Hey, what's up? What's up, David? My favorite incarcerated individual, or half of the other half of
David and Jesse.
yeah.
The pair. Just say my favorite incarcerated pair.
Yeah. One half of the whole David and Jesse show.
Yeah. So I guess I should start because we probably got a lot of new listeners. So I guess I should start by saying hi. I'm David Isaac Lopez.
Hello, my name is Jesse Nava. We're reaching out to you from Centinela State Prison, California, doing the Collect Call From podcast.
I think it's at. You have to collect call from.
On YouTube it's at, and I believe on TikTok it's Collect Call From.
I see.
I don't know. I could be wrong. Am I wrong, Jay?
So you're actually both right. So if you type in at collect call from either on YouTube or TikTok, it'll bring up the channel, or even on Google.
I'm pretty dysfunctional, so I'm gonna need one of us to be right, and one of us to be wrong.
I need some at in my life.
Yeah, I need closure. I'll take the hit.
Yeah, I'll take the hit. Just tell me I'm wrong so I can sleep better tonight.
Tell me I'm wrong so I can leave you messages. No.
Hang myself and send you some hate mail. Yeah.
Hey, no. So the listeners that don't know much about us, yes, like I said, it's David Isaac Lopez. I'm currently serving 40 years to life. I can't say for what on TikTok, but if you want to know more, go to YouTube. Yeah, if you want. There's so much more.
Yeah, for sure. David and I have we got a real rough sense of humor. We tend to joke a lot, play a lot. So what I just said a minute ago was just a joke. And
what did you say
about stringing them up? You know what I mean? So
you're gonna have to put the hotline on there, James. You're gonna have to put the hotline number.
Yeah, exactly. So we're just playing. We make jokes. We clown around a lot. The objective of this channel is ultimately to show people a different perspective of prison other than what society tends to pump out about prison. The violence, the gangs, the destruction, the dysfunction. And so we're trying to show society that there is another side of prison, that there's people in here who yes, we're absolutely all the things that you guys see on other shows or hear on other podcasts. However, we've taken full advantage of the opportunities presented to us now that the CDCR has put an R behind the name, which is rehabilitation. So we fully subscribe to restorative justice, and that's our objective when we're promoting this channel. Yes, there's an entertainment value also to the channel. So we clown around, we play around a lot on here. We try to give you guys a little insight, a little vision into our personalities and our characters, so that way you guys can humanize us and connect with us.
We're real vatos with real feelings.
We're real vatos with real feelings, eh? Yeah. So, no, but that's real talk. We are real people. At some point in time, you look back at, if you do go to YouTube and you listen to some of our stories, and you see that a lot of us are very dysfunctional, very callous, very impulsive, reckless, and dangerous individuals. And you would probably ask yourself, there's no way this person has any feelings. And at that point in our lives, if we did have,
they were right.
Yeah, there was nothing good. And today we are. I believe that we've reconnected with our humanity, and we do have feelings. We are real people. We have real thoughts. We have real feelings. We have real perspectives, and we're just trying to show the listeners a different side of prison. Because ultimately we will be out there in society again. And I know there's some people who are opposed to that. I know there's some people that are just like, man, I can't believe they're letting these guys out of prison. For the victims, some people may be victims of violent crimes or have family members that they've lost to violent crimes and stuff like that. And so I want you guys to understand that's not lost on us. We totally understand the magnitude of the horrible choices we made, and that's why we do what we do today, because we're trying to rectify, which can never be done. For those of you guys that have lost loved ones, for those of us who are responsible for people losing loved ones, don't think for a second that we expect any forgiveness, that it's lost on us the magnitude of the choices we made. All we're doing is simply hoping that we can change the direction of somebody's life in hopes that we can prevent somebody else from falling into the same fate that we've brought on other people.
What you heard the definition of restorative justice, Jess? Have you ever heard it?
Absolutely. I live restorative justice today.
Yeah, repairing the harm. In a nutshell. There's a lot more to it.
Right.
We make an attempt to right wrongs, but like Jesse was saying earlier, there's some wrongs that can never be, they can never be righted. People are gone. People are not coming back, and we have to live with that. Jesse and I are responsible for that in a lot of different ways, and we've created a lot of harm, man, a lot of victims, and what we hope to bring to this channel is to shed some light on what restorative justice is, what rehabilitation looks like inside of prison. We specialize in
the outside.
Yeah, and we specialize in California madness. It's a whole different beast in other states, but the fact of the matter is that the same dysfunctions, the same ideology is all there, no matter where you're doing your time at. You could be doing your time in the feds. You could be doing your time in California prisons. You could be doing it in Florida, Texas, Minnesota, Alaska. I think Alaska, they probably got some different stuff going on. Yes, I'm gonna say it, Jess. I'm gonna put my foot. I'm gonna state my claim. I think that they have different issues in Alaska.
Oh, for sure, definitely. Definitely Alaska. There's gonna be a different problem.
Yeah, and I don't want to offend anybody from Alaska. I don't want to offend. Hey, we're not here to offend anybody, but I think that if you're from Alaska, you have different problems than us in Southern California.
Yeah, I think a broken chain on your snowmobile is probably I'm thinking some polar bear digging through your trash cans is more along the lines of than what we're facing down here in the
a lot of fugitives from California have made their way up there and created some of the same issues that we go through down here. But it's a different beast. But no, we tend to develop a warped ideology. We don't even know half the time what we're fighting for.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
I'm mostly Mexican American, but I'm super mixed.
Mexican American.
Yep, I got a lot of stuff. I got a lot of stuff going on, but yeah, I identify as Mexican American. Jesse the Nava identifies as Mexican American, but we had no idea what we were actually, what we were claiming and what we were representing, what La Raza was in Southern California, the regional affiliations that we were associated with. All that stuff was work, man. It was basically about what we can get for ourselves, what we can use to get that, what was the means to our end, and that's basically what everything is now. We had somebody mention, I think, what was it, just the bandera?
Oh, yeah?
Yep, I thought that I was, like, trying to claim the bandera. And I was thinking, look, I'm not opposed to it. I was just like, I wasn't thinking that far.
Yeah.
I was thinking more like a bandana,
Yeah.
Claim the bandana, but I was all messed up, man, for a long time.
Yeah, the Mexican flag that David was referring to and representing was a flag adopted by certain cultures in the gang world, which is, again, like Dave said, we had adopted so many distorted and warped ideologies, and we had twisted and turned, our real culture into something evil and something dangerous, in order to promote the lifestyle that we were living, and it was something done long before us. We were just handed down to us, and we handed it on to somebody else, and it's still going on today. That's just the reality of it, and it served its purpose, that's for sure, because I still, to this day, I still struggle with some of the distorted ideologies that I had adapted for so long. They still affect some of my
Oh, for
subconscious
sure.
mind,
Yeah, for sure.
And
Hey, before we go further on this topic, because we're going to switch over to YouTube pretty soon, but
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
I want to send a shout out to all the mothers out there.
absolutely.
Every single mother out there. We just want to say Happy Mother's Day.
Yep, happy Mother's Day.
Yep, my beautiful mother, my beautiful wife, siblings, in-laws that are mothers. Just want to tell you guys, man, Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, definitely. I want to wish everybody a happy Mother's Day as well. This is Jesse. It's definitely. I know some of you that listen to this may be impacted by the justice system. You may know somebody. You may have a mother who's incarcerated.
Oh, yeah.
You may be the mother of somebody who's incarcerated, or you may be the mother of children whose fathers are incarcerated. So and understand that we totally grasp that dynamic. And it's. I was a mama's boy. I know Dave was a mama's boy.
Don't admit that in public, Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
cat is out of the bag.
Thanks. Everybody knows now.
Yeah.
I hope there's not thousands of people listening and maybe an indefinite number of possibilities that know
Right. Now everybody knows.
that I.
Don't be trying to put no cat milk in front of his door.
Yeah. Now James knows too.
Yeah, now
Very-
James. Hey, James, I know you're going to look at Dave different, but it is what it is.
I know my wife is probably shocked. She's like, "Wait, what?
What do you say?
He's a mama. He's a mama's boy."
How dare you?
No,
Yep.
she knows.
But yeah, so we just wanted to say that, because today we're gonna attempt to discuss, Mother's Day topics to an extent. We tend to go on here and pick a topic, but sometimes we let the conversation develop organically.
You veer off, yeah.
Yeah, we veer off, absolutely. But that's part of this our personalities and part of who we are, and sharing with you guys different perspectives. And we hope that people call in and ask questions and give their own perspectives, because we don't have half the answers, let alone all the answers. We're just giving you guys
Talk for yourself.
Yeah.
Speak for
Yeah, I have
yourself.
half the answers. David has the other half. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to be modest.
And I will call my girl to get the rest.
Yeah. And so, so we just kind of wanted to talk about that because today is Mother's Day, and last week we usually go on Sunday nights. We usually go on usually about 4 o'clock on Sunday. We're trying to find more time throughout the week to squeeze other sessions in. But Sunday's usually our day, and last week was Cinco de Mayo, and we had a great topic for Cinco de Mayo that we were actually going to discuss last week. And
I was feeling that topic too.
absolutely, I was definitely feeling it. Dave was feeling it, and we may discuss it next week. You never know. It's still a great topic. It's still something just because it's a designated holiday.
We're gonna have to weasel it in somehow.
Yeah.
We'll have to get into do a show on holidays specifically, and then just accidentally mention it.
Yeah, and then plant the flag on Cinco de Mayo and
We gotta have plant the questions,
Yeah.
for the listeners.
Yeah, exactly. So, but today, because it's Mother's Day, we're going to make an effort to discuss Mother's Day and what it looks like for individuals who are incarcerated and people who are impacted by the justice system. Mothers, again, all that I mentioned. We want to talk about reconnecting with children. Personal stories of the inmates. Mothers' impacts on our life. Forgiveness and understanding. Things like that. So. See, some of us grew up with women who were not necessarily our mother, but they were mother figures. Aunts. I was actually raised by my grandmother. She was my mother in every sense of the word. When I refer to my mother, I'm talking about my grandma. She legally adopted me, and so she was my mother. By law. And a lot of people that I knew that I grew up with were under the same circumstances. They were raised by aunts. Some of them were raised by older sisters. And as far as they're concerned, that's their mother. And that's what it looks like in dysfunctional communities and neighborhoods. It's not a wholesome, home. There's not two-parent homes. A lot of times it's single mothers. A lot of times it's no mother. It's another surrogate mother. Another woman acting as your mother. So we just wanted to talk about different topics like that. So anybody that feels that they want to hear more about this or what they want to, check out any of our live stories or other people's stories that haven't gone over to YouTube. Like Dave said, we prefer to broadcast on YouTube because we don't get muffled as much. I understand TikTok is also accessible to a lot of children, stuff like that. So I guess they shelter the content.
It sounds, I mean, look, it sounds super woke. And I'm
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
not opposed to wokeness and all that, but I do believe in like people's freedom to express themselves. And we don't talk about things that are hateful, but we get flagged. we don't put nobody down, we don't disrespect nobody, we don't go red, we don't go blue, we don't do none of that stuff. And it's crazy that we get muzzled on TikTok somehow.
Yeah.
They can have a 30-second video of twerking midgets. But we can't. Hey,
but you get a twerking inmate on there and look what happens.
Yeah. Hey, we're gonna go ahead and give you a call back, James.
Okay. All right. All right. Cool. All right. So they're gonna be calling back. They're gonna be calling back in a moment or two, and once they do, then we'll go ahead and continue with it. I'm kind of let me see. I'm trying to fix some stuff up over here on my end, but I don't think it's working for some odd reason. Anyhow, let me go ahead and turn it off. So a few. All right, they're calling back.
This call is now
Este
being
es Global
recorded.
Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
All right, thank you for calling back. And just like how you guys were mentioning earlier on that we prefer for the conversations to take place over on YouTube. So what I am gonna be doing is I'm gonna go ahead and on the TikTok side of things. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go ahead and mute the audio. I'm gonna keep the stream up on the screen, but if you want to listen to what's happening, we would appreciate if you guys jump over on YouTube and look us up under at collect call from and. I've added that information on the screen there just to make it a little bit easier. If you guys are interested in continuing listening to the conversations that these gentlemen are going to be bringing to the table tonight, and so I'll do that. And go ahead.
Before you do that, right? Are you gonna unveil the taffy?
Oh yeah, the taffy. Yeah, you know what? Let me get on the screen over here. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
The world famous taffy, you know what I mean? And look, I made this taffy. This is this taffy for me and Jess, right? But I made this taffy in the shape of a heart, because we come with nothing but love. We got nothing but love for everybody, man. We don't want no problems. We don't discriminate against nobody. We're not prejudiced. We don't care if people are on S and Y. We don't care if they're on GP. We don't care about none of that stuff, man. All we want to do is see people come home to their families and live a good, healthy, productive life. That's it, man. We're coming from a place of love. I almost sound like Snoop Dogg right now. It's all love, baby.
It's all love, baby. Hey, James, do me a favor though. Put the security guards up, right? Because my boy Bruce Willis, he's been out there gunning. He's been out there shooting for the.
I don't think you can say shooting or gunning.
He's been out.
Just saying.
He's been out there spying for the taffy recipe, right?
Okay.
So just know that he may be in the bushes. He may be looking around. So. Just make sure that there's people there. I don't want them to do a smash and grab on the taffy.
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed having us because we're definitely suspended again.
Yeah, we're suspended for all that madness.
Unveil the taffy quick.
Yeah.
All right. So I got the taffy right here in front of. I haven't even opened it up yet. I got this taffy. What was it? You guys sent it over on last week, and I received it on Thursday. So it's been sitting on my desk right here. And I've been meaning to open it up, but I was like, man, you know what? I should probably do it online. So if the listeners are interested in receiving some, I'll go ahead and mail that out to them, free of charge. I'm not asking for even postage or whatever. I'll go ahead and take care of that on my end. I'll take care of that on the strength. But you know what? Before I do that, I should probably throw some gloves on over here because I haven't even washed my hands. Then that'll be unsanitary. That would be no bueno. But
Cochino.
What is this?
so you know what?
Who is this heathen that we're talking to?
I'm gonna step away for a moment right here. I'm gonna go wash my hands, and then I'm gonna go ahead and throw some gloves on, and then we'll go ahead and do the unveiling. Right now, while I do that, if you guys don't mind, taking over and doing your thing, and I'll be right back.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Let's talk about this delicious ceviche.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Prison has very few things that we can buy that we can enjoy as far as candy and whatnot. So a lot of us in here we make taffy. I don't want to give the recipe out, even though I'm pretty sure Javi already has. But my recipe is actually very unique and specific. So you can definitely put something together. But my taffy is delicious.
Absolutely.
Then there's guys that make cookie wheels, which is like it looks like a little puck, like a hockey puck, but it's made out of like duplex cookies, and it's got little nuts in it, and peanut butter, and frosting. And these guys, man, they're pretty delicious. You can get them on the tier for like 50 cents. You can get some big ones for like $1. They're pretty good. Then you get oh man, remember that old candy, Jess, that they would make with like steak Kool-Aid? Oh, it was horrible.
Shut down your kidneys.
Oh yeah, that was terrible, man. They were like, it always came on a spoon. It came on a spoon, and it was all gooey. These little packs that they give us, drink packets, they're super like, what is it?
Super
saccharin?
Yeah.
It's aspartame. Saccharin and aspartame, and it's nasty. So these guys sticking on a spoon and just eat it like
tamarindo.
Yeah.
Put chili powder in it.
Yeah, it's hard on the teeth.
Yeah, it's hard on the kidneys too. You eat it,
Then
it'll shut down your kidneys.
There's the prison chefs. I'm right now looking at a prison chef. Jesse the Nava is a prison chef. We just before we came on right now, we knocked down. We've been knocking down ceviche, and this is not amateur prison like Kool-Aid pack ceviche. Like this is real shit. Tell them, Jess. Tell them what you got in this stuff.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, we call it prison ceviche, but I think out there in the real world it would be classified as a cocktail, but for us it's ceviche. It's as close as it's gonna get for us,
What the hell? It's not even real ceviche, Jess.
No, well, we would need like pepinos. We would need for the most part we need pepinos.
For the pochos, please let me know what a pepino is.
Like cucumbers. And I'm trying to think what else is missing. I think pretty much we got everything else in there. So what we did is with this one, like I said, it was a fire cocktail. I actually made it for one of our buddies' birthday. It's been in the make for about a month, and I had actually forgotten all about it until they showed up yesterday and was like, hey, we have this, we have that. If they go, and I was like, well, say no more. Let's move. So I stayed up pretty late last night, about 2 hours actually putting everything together, and Dave tried to stay awake, but he's got that old man stuff, so he's out.
I'm already asleep right now.
Yeah, he's falling asleep as I'm telling you about it. So what I did with this one is it's got a bunch of seafood in it. It actually has octopus, it has crab meat, octopus. It has shrimp. I boiled shrimp, and then I put the shrimp in there. What else we have? It has clams. It has mackerel.
Did you say octopus?
I did say octopus. Yep. And so it just has a whole slew of
Did you say shrimp?
Yep, I did say shrimp.
Yeah, where the hell was I? I was watching American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah, it must have been that nap I was telling them about you were taking.
Hey guys.
So I put that.
Yes. All right, you ready to go?
Oh, hold on. I think Joe just called in. Joe, can you hear us?
Hola, bueno, ¿tiene pizza?
Can you guys hear him? Can you guys hear him?
Yeah, we can hear him.
Oh, is he too low, or is he? Can you guys just hear him just fine?
Let me see. Can we hear him? Say something, Joe. What's up, Dougie?
Hola, buena, ¿qué onda? Hey, they thought they
Bueno,
didn't know who the hell that was, huh?
All right, cool. Yeah.
Tengo pizza.
¿Quién habla?
Tengo pizza, cabrones.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There go the
Gotcha.
Coachella coming out of you. Okay.
Hey, he's about to unveil the taffy right now.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, so James is again. We were just busting down. We were just explaining about this bomb ceviche, this bomb cocktail that I made last night, and we've been knocking back all day today with tostadas, and James is getting ready to unveil some super taffy that everybody has their own version of taffy, but I can honestly say I can attest to the fact that my Sally's taffy is the first one I've eaten that's unique and definitely takes the cake. I make bomb taffy. Everybody I know makes pretty decent taffy. But Dave showed up with something new, brought something new to the table, and so we sent some out there to James so that we could send a piece to my boy Bruce Willis and Lex Luke, and for any of the listeners that may want to get some of that. And who knows, we may mess around and start sending taffy out there, in little heart-shaped rings.
Hey, bro.
Yep.
And
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something, Jesse and David. You guys better get to it, because I know somebody that patented their taffy in prison, the way they make it, because we make it so much better than the street, and he actually patented it. So he's at least one step ahead of you. Yeah, he patented it, bro. He patented it like in 2020, 2019, or 2020, 21, maybe 2021. But what I'm saying is, it's going to be a different recipe probably than what you're doing, because I tasted two.
absolutely.
And there's a homie Gadget, and not too many people have that name Gadget, but if Gadget ever hears this, he has the bomb taffy, and he'll know exactly who I'm talking about, and it's good too. Like it surpasses by a large amount all the rest of the taffy you taste out there,
Huh.
All right.
Well, I'll be looking for that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I do know one.
No, but I'm saying this one's from East LA. But what I'm saying is, if you guys got a hot thing, patent that bad boy and start making real money off it, or getting ready to make real money off it.
That's what I gotta do.
No, for sure. That's the plan. That's why we're going to get it out there, market it a little bit, and let people see if they like it. If people like it, and it seems something that, because everybody likes some kind of candy, and the fact that it's coming from the heart, in the shape of a heart. This place right here.
Yeah. From
it's got its own little nostalgia to it.
Yeah, from David and Jesse. Like, literally. Hey, okay. So James, describe the taffy. Describe what you see.
It's a heart shape for Mother's Day. We love you, Mama.
What do you see?
So, that's what I thought. It looked like a heart, man. I was like, man, these guys sent me over a Cuban link heart-shaped taffy. It looks like it's. Yeah. You guys got that Cuban link going on, and it was packaged pretty cool. She sent it over in a Ziploc bag.
Yeah,
my wife sent it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's in a Ziploc.
Form?
In the form, yeah, it's still in a heart shape, so it did survive, transit. In transit, it didn't lose its shape. It just probably it gets a little bit flat. I'm assuming because of the heat and it being inside of a box, and it's a bit
for sure.
And it's not too hard, it's still it's soft. You know what it feels like? It kind of feels like there's these candies, the Laffy Taffies. Yeah, the Laffy Taffies that I used to eat as a kid. Kind of like that type of texture.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to signify.
All right, so you see the braid, right? You see the braid. What'd you call it? Cuban link?
Yeah, it looks like a Cuban link. You got a Cuban link going on over here.
Yep. All right. Now, let's see what we got. I need you to cut a piece off and let's see what we got. I need the actual reaction. Have you ever tried prison taffy?
No, I have not. I would have to go grab a fierro right now, so I could go ahead and cut a little.
Do you have? Hey, are you allergic to anything? Do you have peanut allergies?
I decided to disclose it because I can't have down the company before we go up.
Can you not breathe?
Yeah. I don't have an EpiPen around here if I am allergic to it.
Right.
Hey,
you have food allergies. Yeah, what's up, Dougie? Yeah.
If he can't breathe, he'll just pull out one of his brocha hairs and put it down his windpipe, and it'll pop the thing right back open.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it.
James is covered, bro.
The ventilator.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
He's in. What's up, though, Doggy? How's everything going out there?
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
No, everything's good, bro.
Hey.
Everything's good. I'm just, I'm the same since I got out. I'm just waiting for the time to be up. I just want this year to be over so I can be settled and that's it.
Yep. Hey, did you ever finish helping Fish Slayer hook up download the app? Because he was supposed to do something with the app. He was having you help him out, he said, and you're supposed to add it to the tablet, but we never heard from him.
Okay, we did, but we got sidetracked. So he did start the process, but I don't think he finished it. So we talked about it today, and tomorrow I'm gonna help him finish it up.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we talked to him. We send our love.
Yep.
And we can tell him right now in case he hears this. We send our son. We're looking forward to hearing from him.
Yep, we'll give him a call. This week.
Okay.
Yep.
Touch base with him. He's cool people, man. We can talk to that dude forever. He's cool.
Yeah, he's cool. And can you let this is James just taught me how to do it yesterday, right? How to put money on. Mm-hmm. So I should probably be doing that as soon as I get free time, maybe tomorrow or the next day. But in the meanwhile, can you spread it out there that if
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
If they're texting and I'm not texting back, just call me, bro, because my number's right there, Because I can't text nobody. That's why I haven't texted you guys in a while. Because I ran out of money, and remember GTL's messed up out here like it isn't there, so it don't even show me the screen where to put money no more. But James taught me how to get around that.
Oh wow!
Hey,
so it's been like that for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Hey, the phone's gonna hang up real quick. We're gonna call back right now.
Hey.
Call back right now.
Okay.
Couple of minutes.
All right. So if for anybody that's listening on YouTube, I'm gonna go ahead and unfortunately I'm gonna mute it, and I would ask you guys to jump over to YouTube to listen to audio. Unfortunately on TikTok, conversations are a bit limited on what could be said. So that's one of the reasons that I'm gonna go ahead and mute it. So like I said, and how the gentleman mentioned earlier on, if you guys could go ahead and move over to YouTube to listen to the full uncensored conversations, we would really appreciate it. And I just saw the message from Norma K. She writes, "Oh, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and mute it. They're calling back. Let me see. Let me pick up the call."
This call is now
Esta
being
es
recorded.
Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello. All right. So just to give you guys a heads up, I went ahead and muted the audio on YouTube. So hopefully we'll get some people to move on over. The video is going, but they can't hear anything that we're saying. But I did put up a notification on the screen, so hopefully they go ahead and jump over.
I'm going to say 5 or 6 cuss words all in a row. I want everybody to excuse me. I've been holding this in. No, yeah, I'm super glad to be back on YouTube only.
Yeah, I'm super glad to be back in the back road.
Yeah, I'm not built for TikTok. I don't know if I'm too old. I can't. My dance moves aren't in order.
Yeah.
But
I'm not delicate enough to be on TikTok.
Yeah. Hey, all right. So, what's the have? Describe what you're doing right now. I need to know.
So right now, some people, I think they did move on over from TikTok. It just went from 3 to 6. So that's definitely good news. And we actually had a comment on here from Norma K. She writes, "Hi, great to be here. This is my favorite show in the world." Norma K, super fan. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there.
Norma K, that's cool, man.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool.
Send out love.
Thanks for being here, Norma K. We appreciate your support always.
Absolutely.
That's right.
That's cool. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Are you receiving the taffy?
Yeah, James, it sounds to me like there's nothing left of the taffy. Sounds to me like you went in. Tell you, once you get started, once you get prendido on that taffy, there's no coming back.
Not.
So don't do it, Dougie. You want to keep your family together.
Yeah, they'll take you down like crackheads.
Yeah, we got people coming by the house like straight crackheads. Like, hey man, you got a little something for the bones, for the weapons. I just need a little taffy, man.
Just a little taste, yeah.
Just a little taste, man. Just something to hold me over while, you know.
Just roll up a little ball.
Yeah, just gonna hold me over till tomorrow.
Yeah. Just something to put me to bed, man.
Hey, and we actually just got a question in from Norma K, and she writes, "What is the favorite Mother Day celebration of Jesse when he was little? Which which he remembers the most happy?"
Man, I think for me, honestly, yeah, I think for me, the probably the most memorable moment, Mother's Day wise, that like stayed ingrained in my heart was doing little projects for my mom at school, you know, and bringing home, like for Mother's Day, you know, in elementary school you always did little projects, you know. And I remember that my mom used to make it feel like it was the greatest thing. And you know, all my siblings, they'd work to tell my brothers and sisters, and they'd buy my mom all these presents. Yeah. But I genuinely remember my mom, like, making it seem like whatever little knick-knack it was, I remember making her, like, a horrible, ugly-looking ashtray. You know, like, and why did I think in the 80s it was cool to make my mom an ashtray? Probably because back then I think she was the most vigorous. And but I remember the ashtray is like burned in my head. It was ugly as sin, but she acted like it was the best thing she ever had. And so for me, I think that was like a big thing that stuck out for me in as a Mother's Day thing. You know, I was in the California Youth Authority as a teenager, and I've been in prison since I was 21 years old. And so I don't have a whole lot of Mother's Day tradition that I shared with my mom, but I can't say that that's one of the biggest things that stuck out for me was you know, coming home from school with this gift that I made for my mom, whether it was a finger painting, whether it was a plaque with my hand on it, you know, because they did the little ceramic things where you put your hand on it.
What is that noise?
I don't know, but it's horrible. It's probably Joe.
You guys can hear that? You guys can hear that noise?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, it sounds like you're at a freaking construction site.
And you saw my ears, right?
No,
I got pretty big ears, man. These things were bleeding.
No, someone's sitting in the car. Someone's sitting in the car. Look.
You're sitting
hear
in the
it?
car?
No, they're taking a car.
Oh, they're taking a car.
Alarm, I think.
They're stealing a car?
Yeah, but it's far.
Oh.
That's the car.
Okay.
They're crying for help. But now I left it. Now I'm with the fan. I apologize.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah.
We were like, what is that noise? So we're gonna yell at James right now.
No,
Hey, construction. The other room's under construction. We're moving on
I
up.
know, but
we've been through that already.
Yeah.
And we're going back at it. We're getting a pool.
Good. Hey, all right, so have you tried the taffy yet, James?
No, not yet. I'm still. I haven't got the Fidero yet.
Don't be scared of it, James. They really want this answer, bro.
Hold on. Okay.
You are the sales. You are going to be the sales pitch right now. As soon as your tongue hits that taffy.
Okay.
As soon as them.
I'm gonna step away for a moment right now. I'm gonna go get that fierro, and I'm about to do the damn thing.
Hey, you supposed to talk super gangster on this. When I come over here, anytime I come over here to this alley, you guys talk real gangster on this alley. Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, what I see another James. I'm used to this one.
Hey, Joe, what'd you do today for Mother's Day?
Yep.
Went to church.
Anything special?
And
that's cool.
It was special to me.
Cool.
You know, it was special to me because it was the first time my feet have been on church soil as a free man. And on top of that, Could you hear me, David? Still? I'll talk over this. I just didn't know you guys could hear me still.
Oh, I can hear you. Whose phone
Okay,
is that,
look
James?
at. Yeah, James OD'd on the fucking taffy. Fool, he's out. Man down. We're gonna have to call authorities to go revive him.
Man down. We
And,
got James down.
man
Tapping in
down.
the press.
Man down, fool, and no, this is what it was, guys. I went to church.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
I went to church, and I don't know if you guys know, but my mom didn't raise me in church, you know? So I knew about Jesus. She had Jesus' picture up in the hallway, and I knew he was the Son of God, right? Like, I knew little things, but I never went to church as a child or as a teenager with my family. We just didn't do that. And the first time I ever been to church was probably juvenile hall when they kind of bring the church to you in the day room, you know, or whatever, in group 10 or 9.
Yeah.
And
I've done it.
and then I've been to church in the county, and I've been to church in prison, but I never been to like a real church, you know. I was at church when my sister got married, but that's one day, and we're going for the marriage, not the church, right? But today I went to church for God, right? I went to church for God, and it was a big old school, beautiful church, and it was amazing. I felt like crying as soon as I stepped in that bad boy. I felt like crying, bro. It was so it was very emotional for me. You know, like I could feel the spirit all around, you know. And it might just be a normal church for other people, but it was very deep for me, you know. And that's the first time I went since I've been out, because you kind of don't have time for nothing, you know. Like, everybody wants a piece of you when you first get out. So your friends want to spend time with you. All your family members want to spend time with you. Some of the family don't talk to other families, so you got to do schedules like that. Wifey wants to spend time with you, so everybody's wants to spend time with you, and that's aside from, you know, your housemates, stuff you have to do, but you're always stretched thin on time out here, you know. And going to church, I loved it today, you know.
So what did you go with, and what made you end up going to church today on Mother's Day?
Because it was Mother's Day, you know. Because of that reason, we went to church,
Is your mom
your
mom still around, Joe?
No, she's not. She's not, and that's the first time I said that on this show, you know. I never shared that with. Thank you. I never shared that with James, or when I told my story, or how it affected me. You know, I never shared none of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, she passed away right before I came home.
Oh, crazy, man. Hey, sorry to hear that, Joe. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, yeah, that's that's a hard thing to do. That's a hard thing to do with, yeah. And I was trying to think, and I was like, I wanted to ask you, you know, because I know that it's a reality in here that we lose a lot of people that we love over in here, you know, and it's not uncommon. That's why I asked you that, you know, because it's not uncommon for that to happen, and you're just in here for so long, you know, and you lose a lot of people. I lost my grandmother. I lost my grandmother while I was in here, and you know, my uncle. I lost my uncle when I was on one of my previous terms, and it's terrible, man. You know, but all you can do is just, you know,
that's why, like, you guys didn't see the video, you know. You guys haven't seen the video when I come home, you know. But there's a part in there where I'm telling, you know, people in our old situation, like little kids, you know, like.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
When I was outside coming home, James did the interview, right? And there's a part where I'm like, you fuck up your whole life.
No, it's good though.
Oh,
for sure, man.
Yeah, and the reason I said that,
up, you know?
David, the reason I said that was not to take away from the victim or anyone like that. You fuck their life up too. You fuck up their family too. You fuck up everything. But what I was trying to share with little kids is like, you fuck your life up. And you're only going to feel that when you lose somebody you really love, because then it all comes a full circle. And then it comes like, fuck. And at this point in time, I was trying to go home, fool. Like I was really trying to go home to beat that. And my first board, I got denied, but I thought I was going home. I thought I was getting released. I put everything to go home to beat that, and I didn't beat it. But that's why I said that in the video where I get released. That's the specific reason why I was like, you fucked your whole life up, like your life, because you can never get that back. You can never get that back, and that, you know, nothing really fades me out here, you know, but that does, you know.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Joe, because even in here, like when I think about the things that we're doing today, even when I was making my speech at the ARC graduation, like I got teary-eyed a little bit, you know, I got a little knot in my throat because the reality of it is, like, I picture when our family are sitting out in the audience during our graduations, and I was elected to speak. I sit there and I imagine, like, what would it be like if my mom was able to be here and see the person I am today? Like, she always believed that there was something better inside me, and I never got to show her that. But I know what you mean. Like, I think about too, like, man, like, what? Like, damn, look how long it took me to get my head out of my ass. If only I could have done it sooner, what could I have showed my mom? You know, she would be so proud of the man that I've become. And it breaks my heart to think that I'm going to get out of prison and I'm going to be everything she thought I would be, but she won't be here to see it.
Yeah, and, you know, I have siblings. And I don't talk to all the siblings the same way, you know? But there are at least one sibling that was like, you know, don't worry about that. Everybody dies, you know? And I get that.
Yeah.
But I didn't make it home. Like you were home. And I didn't do that.
You got to get that closure. They got to get that closure.
Well, not for me. Not for me. Not for me, Jesse, but they never got to know if I made it home. You know, like she never got to see that.
Right.
So,
right. So that's what I'm saying. Your siblings got the closure, but you and your mom didn't because you didn't get to. You guys didn't, she didn't get to see you come home, and you didn't get to see her
she didn't get to see that. Yeah.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
Hello. So I'm
back.
back. I'm back. I tried it. Oh man, that thing has.
Hey, fool, did they bring you back with salt, or the paramedics brought you back? Who brought you back, homie?
my ruca.
Hey, did you drive to the store?
Yeah.
Go get that filero.
You were gone for like an hour.
Hey,
We thought you OD'd in the back.
No, the 60 seconds came on.
I
So
got
I'm gonna give you a call back right now.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
You can call right back. All right.
Yeah. So I tried it, man. It was a little bit muy caliente. I had a little kick to it.
Oh, okay. Let's put some sriracha up in that mother, huh? Okay.
And they put some jalapenos in there, I think, or some
peppers?
some tajin or something. I had a little
Oh yeah,
kick to it.
you do put tahini in there. People put tahini in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it was it was definitely all right, so they're calling back.
Okay, there they go.
All right, let's see here.
This call is now
Esta
being
es
recorded.
Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5.
Sí, 5.
Para rechazarla, gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello.
All right, James.
All right.
All right, what happened?
So I got you see, I messed up. I grabbed a plastic filero, and then I had to go back. I had to go grab a bone crusher, to be able to cut it, because it was that taffy was those links. They were too thick.
Huh? Yeah.
If it's too soft, it dissolves too quick.
Yeah.
And the fiends like it. They like that hard. You know me? So you got to make it just right, so that way they can chew on it and suck on it, and it doesn't dissolve too quick. Because if you make it too soft, it just dissolves.
Yeah, it's pretty condensed.
That's called
It's condensed. And it
that's
has a
called
little
that
kick to
raw,
it.
James.
Did you
It sounds like
He
what?
felt the
try?
kick.
Did you see the kick?
He felt the kick.
Oh
He
yeah,
felt the kick.
yeah,
He felt the kick, bro.
yeah, man. What do you
Hey,
guys put?
James.
What do you guys put jalapenos in it, or what is it exactly that you guys put in it? Some tajin?
I. Hey,
They can give the whole recipe.
There's definitely tahini in there, but the other ingredients.
You have to take it to the
not
grave.
only
Hey, we got a call. We got a call. Hold on, hold on.
uh-oh.
Este es Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
Eric
un
Fuentes.
individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello, hello. Who's this? Is this Eric Fuentes?
This is Eric Fuentes. What's up, man? Can you hear me?
Can you hear them?
I hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What's up, dog? It's Jesse.
Yeah, I hear you, man. What's up, man? I heard you guys were
just right here
having a
with
party,
busting up.
so I decided to crash in.
Yeah. Hell yeah, we got the wedding crasher. That's right. Hey, we barely made it in time from group. For those of you guys that don't know, Eric was out there on the yard with us right now. We all just came in from yard doing a CGA group on the yard, and
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
when we closed up the meeting, Eric was actually in the speaker at the moment. So, yeah, it's good to have you here on the channel with us. And for those of you guys that don't know and haven't heard his story, you know he's got a great story. He's a good friend of mine and definitely an inspiration and a motivation. He's a certified drug counselor right here on the yard in the DRP program. Got a lot of great accomplishments under his belt, you know, getting ready to start San Diego State. So just an all-around great person. So we definitely consider it an honor and a privilege to have him right here sharing the show with us.
Man, honor's all mine. No, it's a pleasure being here with you guys. Absolutely. Thank you, Jed.
Hey, and I want to go ahead and welcome Eric to his first ever prison P line.
Straight up, like what the hell? What's happening? What's up? Hey. How you used to jump on it, James?
Hell yeah, no doubt.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Hey, James,
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you, too, Silas was out there with us. Silas wants to know if he can go on like around 10.
Okay, I'll send them a message.
Yep. Yeah, he was wondering if he can go on afterwards. I told him, well, call in, man. We might be there.
Yeah.
Give us a holler.
Yeah, you got me till 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm out.
There it is.
Yeah,
There it
Till
is.
about 9:30.
Yeah, 10 o'clock I'm out.
Hey, so back. Hey, so back to this taffy business, right?
Yeah.
Eric, I know you've tasted the taffy, you know, and we sent James a little clavo of the taffy, so that way maybe he could fire out a couple pieces to some of the listeners, and that way he could send a piece to my boy Bruce Willis, because I know he's been on standby, and if he knew that James had the clavo with his pad, he'd probably be on an airplane flying out to his house right now with the you know what I mean? With the squad, you know what I mean? To scoop up his taffy, you know what I mean? But yeah, so James, what did you think?
Oh man, it was good. It was definitely good. I like that little kick in it. It was the texture was good. It wasn't too soft. It was just right. And I don't know if I'm gonna
Yep.
be able to
No.
make it to the post office with that for Bruce Willis. I can't guarantee its safety.
Yeah. Escort. Yeah. We're gonna have to put you on an escort. We're gonna have to give him a brief. We're gonna have to give him. Yeah. He's gonna have to put a briefcase with a little handcuff on it. Remember with the taffy inside? Yep. The little
Hey,
cadena from the handcuff to the briefcase.
I'm gonna have to put the black box on it.
Yeah. Put the black box on that bad boy. You mean escort with the little motorcade?
Yeah, I was just thinking they get like a little braid. You know what I mean? Just a little piece of the braid. You know?
Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just a little piece of the braid. You know?
What we're gonna try to do, what we're actually gonna find out is if we can start making little designs out of them and sending them out through the hobby craft. So that's why we're sending this out there, kind of like give people a picture of it and see what it is, and you know, maybe like I said, maybe we can start sending some out there. I know people could probably go to the store and buy their own Laffy Taffy. It won't be the same. It doesn't come from the heart. It isn't made with the same ingredients. But yeah, if somehow, some way we could you know, monopolize or something, capitalize on some prison taffy, why not? You
Hey,
know,
the
you heard
thing is-
Joe talking about people are putting patents, you know.
Yeah. And the thing is too, James, is that the I was limited on the flavors when I left. So there's flavors I'm telling you, that'll knock your socks off, man. That one
Yeah.
right there is a good flavor, but that's far from the best flavor. That's far from the best flavors that we can get.
Yeah, he did that one on the fly because they got him real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, they came out of nowhere and picked me up, so I was like, oh, fuck, I gotta go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did on the fly, but just to make sure that you have some, you know, because I've been telling you about this taffy for a while. But, yeah, it's definitely good, though.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
James, who do we got on the feed right now?
Oh, you know what? Okay, so we got about 11 people listening in on us right now, and actually we have two questions on here. Fish Slayer and Elias Man are not in here. They haven't dropped any comments yet, but we do have a comment here from Matt Martinez, and he writes, "I'm new here. Just wanted to say much love and respect. Stay up and free. Stay up and free, all my real ones. Prayers to you all." And then also we had a question from
Thank you for being here.
we have a question
go
from Norma K, and she has another question for Jesse, and she's asking if Jesse could let me see if Jesse could cook any meal for his mom, what would it be?
Ooh, that's good right there.
Good
I
question.
think for me it would have to be. Yeah, good question. Good question. I think it would probably have to be chilaquiles because my mom used to make them so bomb, and I grew up eating them in the morning all the time for breakfast, and so I think I would want to make her. I would think that was her favorite breakfast because she used to eat it a lot, and I shoot that stuff now. So I would love to make my mom what I believe is to be her favorite breakfast, chilaquiles with some fresh salsa, you know, from the mocajete, and yeah, with that's probably what I would make. For sure. I know it's nothing big. You know, it's one of many meals that I would love to cook for my mother, but I think that one because I have a personal connection to that meal with my mother. So she used to make it for us all the time. And sometimes she'll let us get cereal and she'll make my mom used to call it migas and eggs, but it's chilaquiles, and so she used to make migas and she'll be like, nah, this is for me. You guys get cereal. Beat it, nerds. So yeah, but of course. But I was her baby though, so you know I used to side up there, Mom. Let me get some, Mom. She'd be like, here, let me don't get nothing nobody else. Get your sport, get your little bit, and get up off my plate. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Eric, what did you do for Mother's Day today? What did Eric do?
Man, you know what? I stayed in touch with my brother, man. He sent me some pictures of my mom's grave, decorated up, got roses on there, little things. So we just messaged back and forth, trying to keep each other strong, you know.
Comfort each other.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Yeah, that's pretty much what I did. I sent a couple messages out to people that are mothers, to some mothers as well. But yeah, just pretty much reminisce, man. Reminisce on the good memories. that I had with my mother.
It's crazy because I have a picture of my dad's grave right here, and I got it. It was crazy. I got it on accident. I didn't. When I came across the picture, I didn't know that there was a picture of my dad's grave. So what I did was I was trying to look for some of my siblings because I got some siblings out there that I haven't seen in a long time since they were little. You know, probably over 35 years probably. It's been a long time. So
Wow.
I was kind of looking it up, and then I typed my dad's name in Google long time ago, and the first thing that popped up was his grave. You know, and I was surprised he was on Grave Finder. So yeah, it's pretty crazy to see like your parents' grave and stuff like that. But a lot of it is kind of like it brings closure. You know, brings closure a little bit. But
Absolutely.
I'm sorry to hear that your mom passed away, man. Yeah, because that's you. I know Jesse's mom, Joe's mom, are no longer with us. You know, I'm fortunate to still have my mom here. I got to see her today. I did a video call, and I got to see like my family, you know, all together. What's left of us, you know, and man, it's sad to hear that, man. And no matter what, even on Mother's Day, you can still honor your mom, you know.
Absolutely.
And even the things that you're doing today can still be in her honor. And also, that's the thing about our recovery, you know, is we learn to honor the people that we love the most. We learn to honor our mothers, whether they're here or not. I still honor my grandmother.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
So it's good that you could still go and spend that time and you could spend today thinking about them, you know.
Hey, Eric.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Quick question, right? So given the fact that you know the message that we're trying to convey on this channel is you know restorative justice, transformation, redemption. You know, we're trying to show people a different side to who we are today. You know, and the kind of people that we are today. And I think we all know how we would have dealt with situations like that in the past. You know, losing someone close to us. You know, I was still consumed by that lifestyle when I lost my mom, and it definitely sent me into a destructive spiral. You know, because she was the best thing that ever happened to me. She was the only person that I ever loved the way that I did. You know, she was the only person that I ever felt loved me unconditionally. So losing my mother was like probably one of the most, you know, it was probably one of the biggest traumas I've experienced in my life. But because of the environment I was in, you know, I
Esta
dealt with
llamada
it
y su
destructively
número
and
de teléfono
antisocially.
será controlada y grabada.
So what I guess the question I want to ask you is if you don't mind, if we could take this opportunity to let the listeners hear how we deal with a situation like that today in our life. So if it's not too much, I know this is fresh. You know, for those that don't know, it's relatively recent. You know, with you, and so if you don't mind, you know, could you share with the listeners how it is that you dealt with such a traumatic experience or event in your life at this point in your life in recovery, you know, so that way maybe you could show them like, hey, you know, this is who I am today, and this is how maybe I would have dealt with it in the past, but this is how I deal with it today.
For sure.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
Oh, shoot.
That's David and Jesse.
Okay.
Yeah, that's ours.
Yeah, so
We'll call back. Yeah,
it's all right.
we'll give you a call back if you want to. Yeah, we'll give you a call back.
All right.
Hey, Joe. Joe.
Joe's on here too?
Yeah. That's what that's what I was telling you. We got the maybe he fell asleep.
What? Okay.
Yeah. You're right. I told both of you guys, you know, that we were gonna be on tonight. So yeah. I sent him a message like I did you, and I was making sure, you know, I'm up to hosting all these calls.
Man, that's awesome.
And that's the prison phone right there. Did
This
you hear
call
the-
is now being
Global Talent,
recorded.
usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Tel Link.
All right, go ahead.
Welcome back, fellas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, we're back. No, so I don't know if you answered that question yet, Eric.
Nah, we were.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
Damn.
I gotta call you back now.
Hey, that's you. Yep. Go back. Call back so we can be fresh. Yep.
I'll be back.
Yep. Hey,
James.
Yeah.
Joe.
I'm not sure what happened to
Okay.
Joe. He might have fell asleep, or maybe he stepped away for a moment. But when the call got
Okay.
disconnected, I was saying Joe to
Okay.
check if he would tap in. But I mean the call's still
So
connected.
how
So
did you spend your Mother's Day? You know, you who were not incarcerated, how did you spend Mother's Day today celebrating?
so for me today we went over to my wife's parents' house, and oh shit, hold on, it's the wrong line is ringing. Give me a moment.
yeah, we don't know what that is. I was like, man, please answer that immediately.
Hello. All right, it rang the wrong line, so hopefully it calls back again. Sometimes it'll ring the phone on the wall instead of ringing my cell phone. So, but anyhow, so yeah,
Was
so
that-
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that was that the prison
No, was
phone.
that your? Yeah. Was it?
Yeah, that's the prison phone ringing.
All right. All right, go ahead.
So
Does that a no? Does that a no?
so we went to my wife's family's house, to her mom's and dad's, and we ate some carne asada. And my wife, she served me up a plate, and she asked me if I wanted like rice, beans, and other things, and I was like, nah, just shoot me just straight carne and a tortilla, and I'll be good to go. She was like, are you sure you don't want rice and beans? I was like, nah. She was like, but you're not gonna get full. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get.
He's like, I don't want no corte, just give me the pura.
All right, he's back in. I was like, nah. Give it to me
Global
all.
Tel Link. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
Eric Fuentes.
un individuo encarcelado de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Tel Link.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
All right. Sorry
All
about that, Eric. You're ringing the prison phone. Sometimes the calls get routed to the phones on the wall, and those calls I can't integrate into the system. So right now that you called back, it sent it over to the right cuerno.
The phone's on the wall. That's so funny.
I know. It's nuts.
This who's got the payphones. We got the payphones in the room. That's hilarious.
You know what? I couldn't have the phones on here without them working. That wouldn't be cool.
Yeah.
He got the
Exactly.
Tijuana Jackson going on.
Yeah. Hey, if you ain't watched that movie,
James,
man, that's the one. Yeah.
James, have you seen it yet?
Nah, I haven't. I looked it up that last time you mentioned it to me, but I never got around to actually watching it. I did see it as far as like online, like the thumbnail, but I never checked out the movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that shit's
Yeah.
great. That movie's so
Oh,
funny. I love that movie. I could watch that movie over and over and over again.
I'm gonna watch it, Jesse. I just haven't had time.
Yeah,
Joe.
you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it, Joe. That shit.
I know.
That movie. It's hilarious. It's hilarious, and it's got so much there's a message in everything that's going on in there, but only those of us who know this life and understand the struggle will be able to pick those messages up, you know?
Yeah.
Esta
yeah.
llamada
Matter of fact,
y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
I'm gonna try to make it a group effort. That way we all watch it together, you know?
Yeah. Hey, so Eric, you remember the question that I posed to you?
So just to get back.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Yeah, just to get back to it, man. Absolutely, man. You know, in the past, you know, I dealt with those kind of situations, by acting out in anger and violence and substance use and just numbing the pain and, you know, just making matters worse at the end of the day, thinking that, you know, like, well, not having any type of coping tools, you know, it's like I did what I knew, and that was try to numb the pain through drugs and violent acts, you know, thinking that I was gonna make me feel better. However, now today, thank goodness for recovery, for my change, for my maturity, my growth, right? To where, man, like, for those that don't know, right, I just lost my mother in October, and she was my rock. I mean, she held me down since, you know, forever, day one, never let me down, was always there for me. So it was very, very tough. It was one of the hardest things that I've ever had to go through. And that was just in October, like,
And it was
you know,
unexpected, right?
what, yeah.
Eric, not to cut you off, but it was very unexpected, correct?
Very, very unexpected. It happened from, like, you know, the month of September. She caught COVID, and for the first time, right? And she wound up in the hospital because of it. But she was fine. She got out of that, and she was cool. However, after that, she just wasn't feeling well after that, and then she got hit with a stroke while she was at the hospital. And then that stroke took away all her movements. She couldn't talk. It took it took a lot of her memory, right? And she didn't know how to talk. She couldn't walk. She couldn't move. It messed her up, bro. And then after that, we're like, okay, cool. Like, it's a stroke, but we could recover from that. You know, as long as there's life, there's hope. And so from that, she went to the surgery, man. And in that surgery, she had complications. She started bleeding out. And turns out they ran some tests on her after that. She was non-responsive, and but she was still, you know, she was still she just wasn't conscious, but she was still breathing and stuff. But the test came out that she had a stage 4 pancreatic cancer, and and so when that came out, man, they gave her 6 months to live, and I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. It was man, it was painful to hear, man, you know, and it was super tough. And that was like on a Thursday, and then like the next day, my brother ends up telling me, like, hey, you know, and I thank God for these tablets, man, and just everything. But she didn't have no 6 months, man. She had hours, because on October 13th at 3:07 p.m. she took her last breath.
What's up, boy?
And I was able to.
Look at you! I love that jacket. Yeah, it's a fly jacket.
Yeah, and I was able to say my last goodbyes to her. At least, you know, my brother gave me a heads up, like, hey, she's probably not gonna make it through this one. So if you want to say anything, and so I was able to talk to her before she left us. She was still conscious, but they were talking about whether we wanted to unplug her, and my brother couldn't do it. My brother couldn't do it. He's like, nah, and so she decided herself, to to call it a day, call it, just let's go. And so she left us on that day at that time, and man, it's I'm still dealing with it. I mean, it's a process. It's not something that just it's like said and done and whatnot. It's like you should still go through everything, And fortunately, in the I'm in a good place, man. I found myself in a good place in my life, where instead of acting out and doing the what I knew best, I sought out help, man. I reached out to my support network. I told her I was doing OMCP at this time too, and we were like a week away from our test. So it was like, damn, and she was supposed to come to my graduation, and and I was giving that to her, like, man, like I'm gonna continue giving her stuff like this, I want to make her proud. And so unfortunately, it didn't turn out that way, but I know that she got to see my change and she saw who I was now. And so yeah, during that time I reached out to my support network, to my class. I spoke about it. I shared it. I cried.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
I reached out to the psych, went to mental health, spoke about it, things like that, and so now and so I use that story, I use that situation as like, as trying to share a message that you got options. It's not always have to act out. You don't always have to act out. You don't always have to resort to drugs. You don't. There's healthier ways. So I think the route that I took and the support that I got is what really strengthened me to deal with it in a healthy manner. Especially when I talked to the psych. She was like, man, it just sounds like you matured, like you're dealing with it pretty freaking well, And I'm just like, man, thanks, But I'm here to try to get some feedback, like you tell me something, because this doesn't feel normal to me, But fortunately, man, I've learned to ask for help. I'm not too prideful for that, and that's what really helped the most, and just speaking about it and sharing it. So, as you know, everybody knew. Like I reached out. Man, and that has helped me a lot.
Absolutely, and that's great. That's a good thing right there. For anybody that may be listening that don't know, it's losing somebody in prison. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you could verify that, Eric, and I'm sure Dave, the same thing. For me, the biggest fear I ever had doing time. I've been doing time my whole life. I've been in and out of the system my whole life, and that's embarrassing, but that's the reality of it, and everybody knows I've been incarcerated 23 years this time. My biggest fear was losing my mother. It's weird, but if it was such a fear, then why didn't I make it my business to never come back so that I could be there with my mother, but that just goes to show,
Right.
how distorted our perspective of the world is. But I always, when I was in YA, my mom, she always struggled with.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
My mother went in for a surgery the same way and didn't make it out of the surgery either. So it was abruptly for us as well, But at least they told her that there could be complications because it was a heart surgery. But yeah, that was my biggest fear, was losing her while I was in custody. Like, man, how would I deal with that? I felt like I'd lose my mind because she's the only person that I ever felt loved me, the only person that was ever there for me. Like you said, unconditionally, she was my rock, my best friend, my mother, everything to me. And so, yeah, I was worried about that, And so when it actually happened, we're going to call you guys back.
Yep. Yeah, I'll call back.
All right, all right.
Hey, Eric.
Yeah.
Eric.
Yeah.
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 Before I got to that prison where you met me at, I was somewhere else, and I transferred in. But before I transferred in, I think I'm pretty stable. I think I'm pretty well balanced. And I lost my mom too, and it fucked me up. You know.
Yeah.
It hit hard, and seeing how hard it hit me, my mind just went to like, man, if I'm going through all this, when other people lose their family members, like I could see anyone losing their shit and catching shoe terms, you know? And
Yeah.
no one's gonna credit that stabbing to you losing your family member. It doesn't go down on paper like that.
Esta llamada
Whatever-
y su número de
whatever-
This call is now being
Usted tiene una
recorded.
llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Tel Link.
Whatever the thing is, whatever the incident is, it's gonna go down as the incident, right? And that will be the sole factor of why it happened. So when I went through it, I was in the process of starting a group to help inmates mourn for their lost ones, you know, because it's a hard process,
Right.
and nobody has that help in there for us. So I was creating that help in the other prison before I got there with you guys, you know, and I went through mental health to start that group. And it was on the way, but like I said, I transferred, so I never got to fulfill the group. But I wanted that because it's a hard thing, and in no prison they don't have no group for it, you know. But I do believe there should be one in every prison.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
And you guys know, both you guys, for being on the line and living this life the way we did. Mental health was always a stigma. You know that you didn't seek help. That was the last thing you
For
did,
sure.
because seeking
Le queda
help,
un
you know, mental
restante
health
de
was
60 segundos.
What's up, dude?
was seen as a weakness. Was seen as a weakness. Where now we understand that, hey, it's just another tool in the toolbox. You know? And so
Exactly.
those groups,
Exactly.
those groups are critical. Those groups are critical to have those support groups to help people through different aspects. So, you know, they have all these groups that can help you this way or that way, but it's always cool to have a group or have a different program to help you deal with grief or something like that. You know, like Eric said, it's a process. It's a process. It doesn't just happen overnight. You know, I still grieve my mother today, and it's been years. You know, and so you never truly get over it. You just learn to heal and continue pushing forward.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
And
Like
even
this,
when they
on
talk
Mother's
to you,
Day,
yes, they hit hard.
again?
Yeah,
absolutely.
even
It's
they hit hard. That's why I went to the church.
yeah, for sure.
You know,
Hey, especially in here, we spend most of our holiday in the cell.
Yeah,
We were locked down all day today.
yeah. We spent the whole day in the cell till about 2:30.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's what they do. They go because the officers they have their families, and a lot of them call in sick, and they don't have enough people to run the program. So we process most of our holidays in the cell.
Yep.
Christmas, everything,
Yeah.
all the major holidays are in the cell. Even big boxing events, when there's a big boxing match, or the next day, no program.
Yeah.
Soccer games, no program. It's like, damn, what the hell? Super Bowl, no program.
So I think that's awesome. I think that's awesome, Joe. Joe, I think that's awesome that you were starting that group and that you were utilizing
Esta
your
es
resources
Global
to-
Tel Link. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
Yeah.
to create that
un
space.
individuo encarcelado
Yeah.
en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California.
To fill that gap, you you were filling a space, creating a space to fill a gap that in the community, in the self-help community that we don't have here, and that's awesome. I appreciate that. Even though we didn't get to experience that program here, I know that program was definitely effective in some way, shape, or form in another prison. And eventually, prison's such a small world. It'll eventually find its way somewhere down here. It'll carry on to another prison. And so just know that's you giving back, and that's you fulfilling your obligations to give back and be of service and help try to change some of the lives that you ruined.
Yeah, and I was saying that when my mom passed, it hit hard, right? And I'm pretty well balanced. So when it hit me that hard, I just thought about other people. And I was like, well, I know some people have to really struggle with this, and they're going to leave the line. They're going to stab somebody, and nobody's going to know that's the reason why it happens, because it's not going to be written like that. So I started trying to make a group that specifically deals with that, because another reason was because when you talk to the mental health people, they're not trained to talk about this. They might think they are, but when it gets to the thing, I found the lady saying the same thing. Like, the first one was great, but when the second and third, I stopped going, because she would say the same questions. Like, how do you feel right now? If your mother was alive, what would she say to you right now? Like, it was, and she ran out of gas after the first shot, and I seen it was repetitive, and I was like, this lady don't remember, you just told me that last time I talked to you. Like, so going through that made me want to start a group to help people mourn their loved ones, because they don't even know how to deal with it, and they're supposed to be the ones that deal with it.
Exactly. Hey, in most of the groups we have where somebody passes away, it's usually just like one of our random groups. Like, it'll be like a CGA group or like an AVP, Alternatives to Violence or something, and then we'll go in there and we'll just see one guy that looks like his eyes are a little red, but he'll just be like a group member, and everybody will kind of know what happened, but nobody really wants to like say nothing,
Talk about it, yeah.
Like, I've seen it a bunch of times, Yeah, it'll be a guy that's sitting there, and then we all kind of want to help him, just tell him, hey, keep his head up and stuff like that. And like, I respect those, but like, I respect those guys though that still go to the class. Like, they still go. Like, I've seen a lot of guys in a lot of pain, and they go to the class, and they'll even say, hey, I don't really want to talk right now. I just want to be here, And it's crazy because we don't really know how to process. We don't really know how to process that type of that type of event, man, that traumatic event. Remember the other day we went through it with Pablo.
And it's crazy that you say that, Dave, because if you think about it, we've said that before. What does help look like in the criminal lifestyle, right? So even today, in recovery, I believe that's a blind spot. That's why I commend Joe for starting that group up there in High Desert, because the reality is a lot of us don't know how to process completely grief or loss or things of that nature, because it's just been such a blind spot for us, and in our past life, the second that one of the boys would have came up like, damn, fool, I just lost my mom, or the first thing in our mind was like, hey, dog, here's some dope. Hey, fool, here's some pistol. Hey, you want to get them drunk, you want to get them high, and it's as dysfunctional as that is, that's what help look like in that lifestyle. And little did I know now, all I was doing was bringing him down, because the second he's not high anymore, he's going to have to face that pain, and now it's going to probably be worse. So he's probably going to be the first one that says, hey, you know what, I'm cool, I want to leave the yard, put me up, I'm going to go on a pegada, I'm going to stab somebody, let me know the next person that has to go, I got it. And little did I know back then that could have been connected to him coming to my door and being like, damn, I just lost my mom. And instead of me knowing how to embrace him and say, man, let's talk about it or whatever, it was like, oh, shit, that's messed up. Fool, well, here, get high, dog, go back to your pad and numb the pain. That's all we were saying, but we're like, well, here, like, that's the only way we knew how to show affection and cariño and support for somebody, was digging their hole even deeper. Hey, well, check it out. I got some food kit right here. You want to get drunk? Ahí te va. You know what I mean? And it's just weird, like, and even today, though, in recovery, like, even in situations like that, when trying to embrace somebody, like with Pablo the other day, like, it's still still a scary situation because it's a reminder, like, damn, we're all mortals, and our mothers. He lost his mother, and you could lose your mother, and I've lost my mother, and you know, like, these are things that we have to face reality to, and it still puts us in an uncomfortable situation to have to try to be there for somebody, you know.
Yeah.
When we barely know how to be there for ourselves in that capacity, you know.
When I got to level 4 180, when I was a kid, I got there I was probably maybe 20. I came in at 18. I made it to the level 4 180 maybe about 20. And the first real lesson that I got, because that's when you started to really get some flecha, you know. And my Shelly, he'd been around, and he told me, he's like, look, he was giving me just lessons. He goes, look, everything that you learned in the lower levels is out. He goes, you're gonna learn something completely different over here. He says, because he told me that his mom passed away, and he told me, look, when they came and told him, because I looked at it like, damn, you know, at that time I was real young too. So when he told me that, he goes, look, they came in, they notified him. The chaplain pulled him out and notified him.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
He said, thank you for letting me know, and that was it. He gave no emotion, no nothing. You know, and he told me that. He goes, don't ever let them see you cry. Don't ever let them see you display emotions. Don't ever let them have that over you. And so I took that to heart, and I started to really hold it in. And anytime I heard, every time I heard bad news, because it happened when my uncle passed away. I was in a cell in Palm Hall when my uncle passed away, and I was tired with my uncle. You know, he died suddenly. He got a disease, and he was dead quick. And it hurt me. It affected me, and I got a letter in the mail. I read it. They told me, hey, your uncle passed away. And the first impulse that I had was to cry. You know, I had it, you know, but I withheld it. Like I swallowed it, you know. And I know James, like one of my earlier shows that I did when I was doing my interview, when I was doing my life story, I talked about the impact that I had on seeing my mom for the first time after 7 years, and I had the urge to want to freaking tear up. But you heard it in my voice, and what did I do? I swallowed it. And it was an impulse, it was an instinct, and that's the problem that we have. You know, that we don't know how to display our emotions because we're always taught in here to hold it. Don't give it. Don't let it take us. And that type of emotion is a lot of what you get out of us these days, you know. And we try, like now we're trying to get in touch with it and trying to learning how to process our emotions, but it's difficult because that's what we're taught in here. Masculinity, machismo, the tough guy, you know, mentality, and we really don't get to mourn our loved ones.
We spent, and it's hard when you spent your whole life building a callus around your heart.
Yeah, we become desensitized.
Yeah, we became desensitized. So it's you know, when it comes time to situations like that, and that's why, you know, like today's Mother's Day, you know, and I find the goodness in it now because it's like I tell myself, you know what, man, even this morning being able to tell your mom Happy Mother's Day, you know, I've known her for years and years and years, and so it's like cool, you know, I'm glad that one of my brothers still has his mother with him to, you know, to carry on this journey, and I pray that you get out to be able to see her. And for me though, on a day like this, it's a special day to say, you know what, man, like I can honor my mom by who I am today. You know, even though it's Mother's Day and I don't get to go spend the day with her, I feel in my heart that she gets to look down on me from up above, and she gets to say, I see you, you know, like you're being the person that I always knew you could be, you know, and I accredit her for that, you know, because
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
if I didn't have the reality of being able to look back and say, you know what, my mother loved me, like she loved me to death. She literally loved me to her deathbed, you know, like and it would be hard for me to find any goodness in my life. You know what I mean? Like I would have just been, you know, when I look back now and I process my life, it's through my mother that I have, you know, any real genuine memories of goodness and my kids. You know what I mean? Like those are the only good that I feel that I've had in my life. And so it now on Mother's Day, days like this, it's like I just remind myself, like, hey man, you know what, like she's not here with you physically, but she's here with you in spirit, and this is why you're doing what you're doing today, not just for the life that you've taken, but for the lives that you've been lost, because she was also my biggest victim. She was my first victim. You know, I victimized my own mother just by living the life that I lived. I put her through so much pain and so much, you know, and so And days
Esta
like this for
llamada
us
y
that are
su
in
número
prison,
de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
for those of us that are in prison during these times, we got to stay mindful of that. We got to just remember, like, hey, you know what? We're not the only ones doing this time. Our mothers are doing this time with us. Wives are doing this time with us. The mother of our children are doing this time with us. Whatever relationship it is that you're involved in with the woman, remember that behind every strong man is a strong woman. That's just the reality of it. And so it's whether it's a mother, a wife, a sister,
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
whatever it is, and we just got to make sure that we honor the women that are in our life that have that coming. And yeah, it's Mother's Day, and I appreciate that, and I'm glad I got to share this day with you guys and your experience. Thank you, Eric, for sharing your experience, with your mother, the situation. I know it's not easy, and so I appreciate that vulnerability and allowing the listeners to hear what it is, so people know that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, even in the hardest of times.
Yep.
Absolutely.
No, yes, I feel the same way.
You want to call back one more time?
Yeah, I'm watching the clock right now. We still have a few more seconds and stuff. But yeah, I'll give a call back right now, and I'll be with you guys in a minute. Be with you guys momentarily.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Same here. Same here.
All right.
I'm gonna do the same.
All right. Hey, Joe.
Because mine's about to pop up too.
You got about 3.5 minutes. But yeah, if you want to go ahead and call back, I'll go ahead and so like we'll go ahead and have them synced up.
Synchronized.
Yep.
Synchronized swimming.
Yeah.
Put them both in the pool at the same time.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. I'm back.
All right.
Okay.
Let me see.
And that is why I am so stuck when I say, we messed our lives up. Because that's exactly what we did.
Man, they call back quick.
Yeah, them boys are on it. NASCAR.
This call is now being
Global
recorded.
Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
David Lopez.
un individuo encarcelado de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima. Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello, Jesse.
Yep,
David.
sir.
Hey.
Yep.
So
Esta es Global Telling. Usted tiene una
I want to read some questions or comments I got here on the chat.
Yep. All right.
The first question is from Norma K. She writes, Jesse looks great. What is his gym routine?
Is that a clown? She's trying to clown on him? You trying to clown on my boy?
Hey.
Bert, Bert, I'm a.
That sounds very suspect.
Yeah, my gym routine is hot dogs and honey buns.
Yeah.
No, my gym routine is lately it's just been a lot of burpees, a lot of bars, and running, playing a lot of softball,
Okay.
just trying to get back in shape because I let myself go for a couple weeks, about 2 years, So yeah, definitely getting back in the groove of things.
You're going to need all that when you get out here because the food is nonstop.
All right, and then we also got another comment from Eric Martinez, and he writes, it's hard losing a mother being out here. I can't imagine getting that news, being locked up, holding the pain down to not show weakness.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's not easy. It's not easy. It's kind of like it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain what it's like to really hold in pain. When I would go through the same type of feeling when I would go into solitary confinement for the first time, and I would go in there and I would just feel that isolation and that claustrophobic feeling, and it's kind of like you just kind of want to scream a little bit inside. It's hard. I can't explain it. That feeling. When you walk into that cell and that door closes behind you, and that door's not opening, and you're in the hole. and you're not leaving the hole. Like I used to go to the hole for like pretty serious things, and it's just a weird feeling, you know. And you kind of you gotta tough it up. You can't let anybody know what you're feeling. And you go in there with the celly. Usually when you go to the hole, you gotta climb me with you, and you gotta just act like you're like this is what you do. You gotta act like this is like every day, like it's not a big deal. It's what it is. And
that's real shit. It's a crazy experience.
Yeah, it's a crazy feeling. I spent years in the hole, you know. Man, I had an indeterminate shoot term, and it spent freaking years there. Jesse spent a lot of time in the hole too.
Yeah, I spent years and years in the hole.
You did, yeah.
But the thing about this is like I was saying earlier about my biggest fear of losing my mother while I was in custody. That was my biggest fear. You know, I used to righteously think like, man, I'm gonna go crazy if I lose my mom and I can't be there with her. You know, this and that. But the reality of it is, if I'm completely honest, for me, I genuinely feel that the way it happened for me was the best way it could have happened. You know, because I never really had to wrap my head around the reality that I lost my mother. I think that when I get out of prison, it's going to hit me in a whole other way, because there's so many things that I'm going to see that are going to remind me of my mother, you know, and because my sisters and them sent me pictures of the funeral a year later. Hey, what's all that ruckus over there? We can't hear nothing. Turn that volume down. Put a mute on or something. Sounds like they're at a party. Hey, so the thing was with losing my mother. Yeah, I you know, I felt it for a minute. I went back to the tank. You know, I shedded a few tears. Luckily for me, I had a few of my friends around me that I had grown up with in the neighborhood, and they were able to kind of like, clear out the area so I could just sit there, and I processed it for all of about 10 minutes, you know. But like how we talked about, you know, you stuff it down. You're not allowed to deal with these emotions. You don't know what it is. You don't want to look weak. You don't want to look, you know, you don't want anybody to see, especially when you're in a position of authority where everybody's looking to you for an example. You don't want to show anybody that weakness or show them that it's okay to show, you know, emotion or weakness. And so I stomached it, and 10 minutes later I was back to, you know, the routine of the monotony of doing my time. And a year later, my sister sent me like 50 pictures from the funeral, because they had a full photographer for the funeral. And
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Seeing the casket and seeing everything, like that was the reality. Because for me, it was like, okay, well, you know what? I'm just waiting to see my mom. She'll come see me in a couple months. You know, my court dates would be 6-7 months out from each other, and they would send me to jails on the other side of our county, stuff like that. So I would only see my mom when I would come back to Indio for court, or if the court date was out too far, she'd come see me, like, you know, once every 2 months. And so for me, it just felt like I was just waiting for another visit to show up, you know. And so when I seen those pictures, like, it hit me in a whole nother way. You know, unfortunately for me, by that time I was in Southwest in a cell by myself, and I was able to grieve a little bit. You know, I was able to cry that night. It was actually when they put Tookie Williams down.
Oh, 2006, yeah.
Yeah, it was when they put Tookie Williams down, and the whole jail was on lockdown because they were executing Tookie Williams. And so I end up, like I said, I looked at the pictures, I grieved a little bit, and I put the pictures away, and I never pulled them out again, because I knew I didn't want to feel that kind of vulnerability. I didn't want to feel that weakness. I didn't want to feel that pain. So I put them away, put them in my box, and I ended up sending them home, you know, because I didn't want to see them.
That's how I am with my grandmother's pictures right now. I still have a hard time. She died in 2016, and I still can't look at the pictures.
Right, and that's because it makes it a reality. For us, it's not a reality because we're so detached from out there. Like, we say, hey, my loved one died, this, you know, and the truth about it is, I came to the realization that, like, man, the best thing that could have happened to me, because if I would have had to put my mother in the ground, if I would have had to be there to carry her casket, to see all that stuff, it would have destroyed me in the way that I feared it was going to affect me happening without me there, you know. And so I believe that the best thing that could have happened to me was here, you know, especially now that I know how to understand and process the pain and the emotion. But at that point in my life, I don't think I would have been able to deal with, you know, burying my mother and seeing there and being a part of all that, you know. And so, you know, at least that's how I perceive it now. I believe that when I get out of prison and I'm doing things that remind me of things that I did with my mother, and I'm actually interacting and seeing things that would remind me of her, I may still have to grieve on a whole nother level, you know. but I can definitely say that that's what it was. So to what Matthew Martinez was saying about, he couldn't imagine what it's like to deal with it in prison, let alone out there. I personally think it's a lot harder out there because you're actually a part of the
Esta llamada y
a
su
lot,
número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
where in here we're a little detached from the situation, and like I said, with your grandmother, those pictures, you know what I mean? Like that's what connects you to it.
Yeah.
And look at it, look how hard it still is to even
Yeah,
look at it.
I come across them in the photo album sometimes, and yeah, I have a hard time with them. I do. And what's crazy is, the emotion, it gets to me, but in weird ways it creeps up on me. My grandmother used to sing songs to me a lot. She was a fixture in my life growing up. And a lot of my recovery is dedicated in her honor as well. And she died the same day that I got to Tehachapi.
Amen.
So it's crazy, on the same exact day. So there's old songs. My grandmother used to sing old songs to me a lot. Patsy Cline and the old singers. So sometimes when I hear an old singer on a movie, it hits me, man, and I have to change the channel. I'm like, not now. I'm not doing this right now. And I change the channel. There's an old song, man. It's on the end of King Kong, and it's the one that says "We'll be together again someday," And when that song comes on, oh my gosh, man, I can even think about it right now. It's just the way that classic voice from like the 1940s, the way that they sound on the radio.
Yeah.
And oh my God, it blows my mind, man. It reminds me of my grandmother so much. And but yeah, it's difficult, man.
For sure. And
Yeah.
and just know too, like I think I've mentioned it before on this channel, that something had happened in front of my mother's house a long time ago, and I ended up,
I remember that.
And my mom had told me, because they came back later on that night and they ended up shooting up the house next door, thinking it was our house, and looking, because there was just retribution for violence, and my mom, a few days later, my nephew calls me and he tells me, hey man, my grandma's tripping, like do this and that, and I go over there, my mom just wigging out on me, and she told me, she's like, man, if you ever shoot anybody again, yeah, it was that time. She's like, if you ever shoot anybody again, you're dead to me. You know what I mean? She's like, you're not my son anymore. I would disown you. She's like, I didn't raise you to be like this, or this and that. And mind you, my mother's been through a lot of stuff with me. She, like I said, I could do no wrong in her eyes most of the time. And she was there, through the, me shooting my niece's boyfriend. She was there through a bunch of craziness. But them shooting at the house, putting my nephew, the grandbabies in jeopardy, that was too much, because she's Mother Goose. So she told me, you ever do anything like that again, she's like, you're dead to me. I didn't raise you like this. And so when I was actually arrested for this murder in 2001, she was the very first person that came to see me in the county jail. And I was on the run. Me and Shane at the time were on the run for that other shooting. We're in Phoenix, Arizona. And I'm not even knowing that I'm wanted for this murder. I'm thinking we're just on the run for that other shooting. So when my mom came into the visiting room, I walked in the visiting room and I look at her and she has a look on her face, and I'm kind of like, and I told her, I said, what's up, man? I said, I thought you said that if I ever shot anybody again, that I was dead to you, and she kind of looks at me and tears well up in her eyes, and she's like, mijo, she's like, you may have been able to kill a man, but you'll never be able to kill a mother's love. And she told me, she's like, I'm going to be here with you. I'm going to do this time with you. They're going to let you out. I'll be here till I die. Either they're going to let you out and bring you home to me, or I'm going to be here with you, but I love you. And the moral of that was that, like, she was right. You can't kill a mother's love. You know what I mean? Like, no matter how bad of a child I was,
Esta
no matter
llamada
how
y
bad of
su
a
número
teenager
de
I was,
teléfono será controlada y grabada.
I could do no wrong in my mother's eyes, and it's crazy, even all the way down to murder. I was a teenage murderer. I committed my murder when I was a teenager, and so just to think that my mother still seen goodness in me when there was no goodness at that point, and so that's just how strong a mother's love is, that it supersedes everything else, so it's for those of you guys that still have your mothers out there. honor them, cherish them, love them, and if you have an opportunity, if anybody's family or loved ones get to hear this channel and they want to convey, a message to one of their loved ones and that's incarcerated, I just tell you guys, like, look, it's not too late to do the right thing and honor your mothers. It's not too late to give them something to be proud about. I don't care if you're 40, 50, 30, 18, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, it's never too late to do the right thing and to honor your parents, on especially your mother, especially on a day like this, Mother's Day, And so, yeah, I just want to say that, man.
Yeah. I wanted to say too, James, that this is gonna be my last call.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta take care of some stuff right now before I go to sleep. I gotta check with the wife.
That's right.
Touch
And,
base
and
with
and
her.
just to
It's
give
still Mother's Day, and I still gotta honor my girl.
which me too. I
Yeah,
got I
she's a
got
good mother.
some other things I gotta take care of. But just to give you guys a heads up, we got about 2 minutes before it's gonna cut off. If you guys want to go ahead and give your shout outs and
Yep.
thank yous and whatnot, the mic's yours.
I'll start by saying, to my wife, she's an amazing mother. I tell her this all the time. But my wife actually showed me what healthy parenting is supposed to look like, and she's showed me what unconditional love looks like and what healthy love looks like. And she's just an amazing woman, and I just want to say Happy Mother's Day to her. And like I said, to all the mothers out there, we honor you today.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely want to send a shout out to all the mothers for doing this time with somebody. You guys,
Yeah.
you guys are the backbone of what this is right here. And definitely appreciate that. For everybody. Not everybody has this platform and this opportunity to send these shout outs. So I definitely want to send those out to all the great mothers in the world.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
I want to send my love to everybody
Yep.
that supported us, everybody that listened in tonight. And I want to send my love to my boy Eric. I'll see
Yep,
you tomorrow
Eric.
in class in the morning.
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yep.
Yeah, I got to.
Joe.
And
Thank
Joe.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you for
Fuentes.
calling in.
Fuentes is on the same boat.
Yeah.
Yep. And just want to say, yep. And I want to say, happy.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
I want to say Happy Mother's Day to James's wife and
Absolutely.
to Iceman's family, whoever the mothers are in his life, and
Yep.
to
Le
his
queda
girl,
un
Lopez.
restante de 60 segundos.
Happy Mother's Day to his wife. And all right, guys, so we're out. The phone call's gonna cut right now.
Yep. You guys have a good night. Be out there. Do your thing, Joe.
Yep. Talk to you
Love
guys.
you guys,
See you guys
man.
around. Yep. Love you guys.
Yeah.
Talk to you later.
Likewise.
All right, Eric, you got a few seconds. You want to go ahead and handle before it cuts you off?
Baby, I love you. I'm gonna call you right now. Hopefully we get to talk. And Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, man. It's amazing that mothers love.
All right. Yeah. Hey, happy Mother's Day to everybody, all the women out there that tuned in onto this stream. Really appreciate it. And Joe, if you want to go ahead and if you got anything you want to drop, any gems or anything, this will be the perfect time.
No, I ain't got nothing. Every woman in my life knows that I wish them a good and happy and healthy Mother's Day. But what they were saying is absolutely true. Like we messed it up and we don't even know it. So it's too late.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, I want to read. I want to read off a message that Nando put here on the chat right here, and
Okay.
he wrote he wrote shout out James and the giant brosha.
We gotta give it its own name, James. We gotta edit your eyes and nose out and your lips and just put a hat on the brosha and just leave it like that.
Right?
Maybe a pair of glasses, the brosha and a hat. Making something like the lowrider emblem.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's
But in real
hilarious.
life,
And,
yeah.
we got a few messages that just snuck in on us right here from Tanya Madrid. She writes much love and respect to these men, and then she also writes today is my birthday. Also, hey, happy birthday to you, Tanya, and hopefully you did some fun stuff and you got all kinds of
Man,
gifts.
so So you're telling me her Mother's Day comes with all kinds of gifts, not just roses. Yeah, that's pretty dope. That's pretty cool, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She also wrote, yeah, and I'm a mom. Thanks for the Mother Day wishes. So hey, happy birthday and Mother's Day. Two for one right there, like these phone calls here.
Yeah, 2 for 1. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Any other ones sneak in there?
And that's it. That's it. That's all we got. And like I say
Okay.
around here, Joe, life's like a candle.
Yeah.
Once you blow it out, it's lights out. And with that, we are out. Buenas noches y a rato.
On behalf of James and the brocha. Okay. Good night. Bye, guys.
All right, all right. You too, man. I'll be talking to you.
Okay.